Welcome to the SoCal Ballet Scene podcast. Hi, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Rena Kamariotakis, Artistic Director of the SoCal Ballet Scene.
And I'm Tanya Durbin, the Associate Artistic Director.
And today we are here with Samantha Bell, who is a local dancer and choreographer in SoCal, native to SoCal.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm
so
super excited to be here.
We're excited to do this.
And I've known you forever. How many years have I known you? 15 years, maybe?
A long time.
Something like that.
Yeah. We trained at Anaheim Ballet together and performed a lot of things. And it's just so great to be a part of SoCal Ballet Scene, such a great organization. And to be back in Southern California, too, after I was gone for a while.
Yeah, tell us where you went.
Yeah. So, I guess real quick, I grew up at Anaheim Ballet. I grew up in Orange County. And then I moved to Santa Barbara and danced with State Street Ballet for many years. And then moved up to the Bay Area and most recently Oakland Ballet. And then, my husband and I moved back to Orange County, and it's just so nice to be, back home, close to friends, close to family.
Yeah. And we're great. I was so excited when you moved back here also.
That means a lot.
It's hard to leave Orange County, once you're from here. Because, I know for me, even SoCal, with both of you, you just always find your way back home. So
Absolutely.
And we're glad we get her.
Oh,
I'm so blessed to have you a part of SoCal Ballet.
Yeah.
We had a great summer.
We did.
Very busy summer.
Yeah. It's
very busy.
Let's go back to the first festival. You danced in the very first festival that we had in 2022. We did Odalisque from Le Corsair.
Yes.
Yes.
That was so fun.
And, let's talk about that.
It was so exciting because I was telling you yesterday, it was just really cool hearing you brainstorm. I have this idea of bringing together the Southern California dance community and putting on a festival. And it's just been so amazing seeing you take this idea and bring it to fruition. And then it just continues to get better and better and better. And so, it was an honor to be a part of the inaugural festival. And, I got to revisit actually a variation that I did for many years growing up, for Youth America Grand Prix and stuff. And so it was really special getting to revisit Odalisque and then to get to do it with you and Kelsey, two friends that I've danced such a long time with. And it was just a wonderful homecoming. I had literally just moved back down here, and it was just awesome. It was awesome to be a part of.
And you have danced actually every single one of those three parts in that pas de trois. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have. Yes. Odalisque and I were tight. Yeah.
So you were teaching us, she was literally teaching us the choreography, which was so helpful because she knew every single part.
And I've had some really great coaching on it and a lot of really amazing input and feedback. And, it's just so cool to get to share any little tips that somebody helped me with along the way. And always a work in progress. Those variations are challenging. But it was such a blast to be in that festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And then we took 2 years until the next festival in 2024. And in between, during our off year, which was 2023, we didn't do a festival, but we created a short ballet film that you were dancing in.
I loved that. Please tell us about that.
Oh, yes. We're talking about tango, right?
Tango. Yeah.
The audience wants to know.
Yes. Okay. This was cool. This was really cool. So you had this cool idea of, hey, let's do a dance film, which it was so fun because, COVID was awesome because it brought out all of our film creativity. And then, this was years later, but just I love dance on film. I've done some of my own dance films as well. So I'm really passionate about it. So I was really excited when you're I want to do a dance film, but I want to have a live audience also be a part of the process and kind of see, behind the lens and how a dance film is made. Cause it's so different. totally different, right? And so, yeah, I mean, Sharon choreographed this lovely pas de deux, and with this amazing music by Danny, and with, of course, Edward. I mean, we love Edward. Shout out to Edward, the best partner ever. And so we did this live event, and we had an audience, and how many takes did we do? We shot it we were going all night. It was really fun though. I didn't even feel I didn't feel like 5 minutes went by. We were just having so much fun.
Yeah.
Filming it. And
well, when you're shooting a dance film, you have to do multiple takes because, well, first you need to get your wide shot with no cameraman in the shot, but then you want to have a cameraman walking around close up, following, turning around you guys or doing cool shots. You can't have that be a part of your wide shot. You can't see the cameraman, right? So you have to do multiple takes to get.
If you got to do your master shots, and then you got to do your run and gun on the gimbal, and they're there, and then there's
this terminology.
Right, there's a bot ma. Yes, you're coming around for the turn, people. You got it.
That's very true, right? That's very true. And you're expensive equipment. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to kick you right now. And you had some special guests as well be a part of the filming and be in the filming, which was really, really fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love seeing the piano on stage.
Yes.
That was really cool because up until this point, I hadn't been involved with the festival, but I loved the idea of you guys putting on this production, with the camera, and just to see that, you don't get to see that a lot, seeing a baby grand on the stage and having that. So that was really, I don't know. I thought that was really, really cool. That was really special. And you were fire.
Oh, that's
you
so
guys
sweet.
have to go on YouTube and see it on the channel because you were amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love seeing that, just that side come out of you.
Well, I'm a total faker when it comes to any sort of tango or ballroom, but it was really fun.
Beautiful.
It was really, really fun. So
yeah,
again, just honored to be a part of that. And I think it turned out great.
It did. And that was
check it out.
Fun. Yeah. So the video that we're talking about is on the SoCal Ballet Scene website. So if you just go to SoCalBalletScene.com, I believe it's on our homepage. So just scroll down and you'll see it with our other dance films that are there. Definitely highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
So
come on, red point shoes.
Red point shoes.
Yes, the red shoes.
We love it.
Who doesn't like red point shoes?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the next year in 2024, we brought our ballet festival back. And so I actually mentioned in another episode the reason why I thought of reaching out to the Carpenter Center for the festival is because I saw you perform there at for Musical Theater West, American in Paris.
Yes. I love that theater. I mean, it's and you came to the show, and that was really special. That meant a lot. Yeah, I dabble in musical theater on occasion, and I did an American in Paris, with MTW at the Carpenter Center. Great venue and perfect for the second festival. Excuse me.
To get the second.
Yeah, I was hold on.
Yeah, American in Paris has a lot of point work in it.
Yes.
So perfect for ballet dancers.
Perfect for ballet dancers.
Into that.
Exactly, a good gateway. I was shocked they had me mic'd. I wasn't really expecting to be fully mic'd, but yeah, that was great.
Oh, so you're used to wearing mics? See?
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm used to it.
Sure she is.
Still new to singing land, but enjoying it. And it's been a couple years now that I've been in lessons and stuff. So
that's
hopefully,
yeah,
scary. It's scary opening your mouth.
I know. We usually don't when we're dancing on stage. So yes.
But I can't believe when you said 2024, I was hold on, didn't we do tango in 2024?
That was in 2023.
Yeah, because I had a baby.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So
let's talk about this baby. After
the tango video was done, then after that, you had a baby.
Yes.
And you were performing, how far into your pregnancy were you still performing?
I performed the whole first trimester.
Okay.
Which was, rough. I was very lucky. I was nauseous. I wasn't feeling good, but I luckily didn't have insane morning sickness. But I was actually working Not Scary Farm, and I was dancing. I was dancing until 2 a.m. every night, like 5 sets a night. It was wild, but really fun. And I'm so grateful that I was healthy, and my son was healthy, and that we were able to do that. But I was dancing until I went into labor. I was still in class.
So yeah, I remember seeing you in class, and even in your point shoes.
Yeah,
I went for a leg up to here. No.
I think the point shoes finally had to stop at like 2 weeks before he was born because I had big guys. I swelled. It was
Oh man.
But, yeah, I'm really grateful we got to dance through the whole pregnancy. And
so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Precious. She's a sweetie pie, and my world is just forever changed. And so yes, had my son on April Fool's Day, a little surprise, and then came early. And then it was the festival. I feel like it was like right into rehearsals pretty soon after. And it was great because I wanted to get to be creative again. And
so we didn't want to like push her back into performing too fast after giving birth.
Me too.
So this was like a nice way to still have you involved in the festival without like putting pressure on you to be on stage.
Yeah, which I really appreciated because that was a lot of my friends who are professional ballerinas and became moms. That was their biggest piece of advice was, Sam, I rushed too quick back into performing. Give yourself a little time. And I mean, I feel like I gave myself like 5 months before I started performing. But so it was really nice because I felt like I got to be a part of it. Because I was really sad, that I wouldn't be able to dance in it, but I also was just so grateful to get to be a part of it. And it was really a very special experience this time. And it was a different experience because I was on the other end. I was at the front of the room, staging some stuff and choreographing. And of course, just getting to develop these amazing relationships with some dancers that were, I didn't know them prior, some of them. And I know we'll get into all that too.
When I first walked into the studio, Sam was in the corner and she had her baby strapped on her. And it was the cutest thing because I remember I went in there to teach class and she was, with her baby. And I said, this is the cutest thing. Oh. Her baby that was my actually first time seeing her, being her and her beautiful son. And, it was so neat. You did such a great job with the choreography, working with the dancers, and
thank you.
So,
it was really a group effort, guys.
Really great job.
So Sam choreographed the corps de ballet for our staging of Don Quixote. We did Act 1 Don Quixote in the festival. He worked with the corps de ballet. And this year, our corps de ballet was all recreational adult dancers, and it was cool to give them that performance opportunity. And tell us what it was like to do that.
Yeah, so I've always been super passionate about my adult dancers. For me, it really started in the Bay Area. I had this lovely Wednesday 9 p.m. adult ballet class. Wow, and shout out to any of them.
Those were some hardcore.
9 p.m. Like you have to want to be in class if you're coming at 9 p.m. So I just fell in love with them, and it was a great the studio provided a lot of performance opportunities. It was a fully adult studio for the most part, and they would perform at least 2 times a year in a theater. And so I just got to go crazy with choreography, and we just had so much fun all the time. And that just made me fall in love with my adult recreational dancers. And then moving down here, I was like, I really miss having an adult class. And finally now I do again on Saturdays. But then getting to, work with them in the festival was like, yes, this is exactly what I love to do. And because they want to be there, right? You're passionate about it. Yes. You want to be there. I appreciate the commitment. I appreciate the vulnerability that comes with those that are starting ballet for the first time as adults. That's tough. And then the vulnerability too of if you did it as a kid and you're like, all right, I'm going to step in a studio again. I'm going to try to do this again. That takes a lot of courage, and ballet is not a very
Ballet's hard.
Ballet is not easy.
Ballet is complicated and it's hard, and so if you're just starting out, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Grasp.
It's a lot, and I really appreciate their courage and especially the dancers with regards to the festival that did it, because they just fully dove in. They trusted me off the bat, which was so sweet. And we just went for it. You provided some really great kind of resource inspo videos of what you were kind of thinking for what sections we were going to be doing. And then I just kind of did even more, digging in different kind of ideas and different things, and then just kind of let it come to me. And, we drew a lot of inspo from some of the more traditional choreography, but then it, adjusted it so it would be comfortable on their bodies, right? We didn't have point shoes, so adjusting it for that, and then just the amount of people we have, which we ended up having quite a lovely core. We had a solid core.
We had 10 to 12 people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a company.
Yes.
And I felt like when the air in the room was so astonishing, because these dancers, when they're working with a choreographer, it's like they have it, that was their dream, a lot of them. And so to have that opportunity, the platform that Rena's, SoCal Ballet kind of provides, it's so neat. I just saw the excitement when you would enter the room and when you were working with them, because I was behind the scenes watching and observing everything. And you did not hold back in the choreography with them, which was really beautiful. It was challenging. Plus they were using a prop.
Yeah.
I had the fans and there was all this choreography with that. So what was that like?
Yeah. I love fanography. Yeah. Not gonna lie, Sam has thrown a fan or two in an audience in my career, for sure. Yeah, definitely thrown a fan. It happens. Yeah, the fans, of course, are an added challenge, as you know. And then we worked a lot on how do you make a fan become a part of your body, right? Because you don't want it to look like I'm holding a fan, especially in the Spanish style. It has to, align nicely with the wrist, the way it is. And that was something we were taught growing up by our coaches and our teachers on how to do that. And so it was cool to share that with them. And then Darren had to have a tambourine. Luckily, he's a musician, so that worked out.
Go, Darren.
That's hard. And then sorry, Mike. And then sweet Trevor, our Sancho Panza.
He was amazing. Good job, Trevor.
Wow, what a treat, this guy. Just comedy, natural comedian.
Yes.
And he was fully in. I loved it because, right, we always say it's better as a dancer to be giving too much so we can pull you back versus not giving enough. Trevor, not too much, but it was about there, and it was so great because it was so funny.
I keep saying it, but I love the baguette.
The baguette, yes. So he had a lot of props that he had to use, and he did great with it.
Oh yeah, because he had the horn.
Yes, he had the horn. And he made it work. I think it was the first show, the horn was not coming out, and he did exactly what he needed to do. He just eventually got it, and it was great. Live theater, things happen. But yeah, I just want to shout out the Corps de Ballet because literally from day one, they just dove in and they were committed. They were meeting outside of rehearsal time on their own.
That is incredible.
Together. Yes.
They were a strong group.
Yes. And they were committed to really making it the best that they could do. And that was what they did was amazing. And so I'm so proud of
the acting too, because I'm watching even just in the scenes where they're in the background and the principals are dancing, they're still acting in the background. They really went for it.
Which I think that shows their professionalism, right? Because that's where you can really tell, somebody's professionalism based on how engaged they still are in the scenes, even when they're not the focal point at that moment. And I do really commend them for their creativity with their little vignettes and their little scenes that they kind of ran with. Were very fun and I think really added a lot to the performance.
They were beautiful girls. Just also like when you're walking around, you know, Laguna Dance Theater where we were, there's so much space and the dancers have time to, you know, mingle and when they're not dancing. And it was really neat because they are genuinely wonderful people. Just, you know, getting to know them and then, you know, creating those connections. And it was a really special group. They had just such a great attitude and they're beautiful women. So, and the men that were there, you know, and also our Don Quixote.
Yes.
And our MC. He was amazing.
I was like, that was another,
Because in the rehearsals, he was on the phone, he was on Zoom with us in rehearsals, and Rena had, you know, set up the camera and what, you know, you were fantastic. You know, did you get that?
Yeah, sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, Steve's on camera over there. And I'm like standing right in front of him the whole time.
Yeah, he was zooming in from Texas because he used to live out here in SoCal and take class with us. And actually, he used to be the treasurer for SoCal Ballet Scene and was on our board. And then about a year before the last festival, he moved out of state to Texas. But I was like, I still really want you to be Don Quixote because you'd be perfect at it. Yeah. So he was zooming into our rehearsals and then he flew out for the show. And
yeah. What was your favorite process just being on the other end? And like, what were some of your favorite moments? And
love that.
Yeah, like just could you share with us, like and it can be on any area, any angle, like just it doesn't have to just be artistically, but you know, like what was special for you?
Well, it was very special getting to create. I love creating while being a brand new mom. You know, shout out to, you know, artists who are mothers. You know, I think that's I could do a whole like series of podcasts about that. But I was really grateful. I think I was 8 weeks. I was 8 weeks postpartum when our first rehearsals happened. And it was hard. My brain was not working. I was not sleeping. You know, I'm up every 2 hours with the baby. But there was something about just coming into the space and like, it makes me cry because it was a moment where I felt like Sam again. And, you know, you lose a lot of that for a while. And that was really meaningful to me personally. And then, of course, special moments just in the studio with the dancers. It's the connections. It's the humor. It's the silly things that happen. There were so many moments like that. And then seeing it all come together, you know, in those final rehearsals, I think was really special. And then the stage, seeing it was really special.
Right, you were in the dress rehearsal at the theater, you were like on the mic giving people notes.
I love that.
Okay.
On the other side of where you normally are, right?
That was crazy. I've choreographed quite a few pieces before and there's been times when I'm like giving notes or I'm checking lighting, but I don't think I've ever actually been on the God mic. And that was like,
is that what it's called?
That was like, I have so much power, like having this microphone. This is really scary. And I just always feel for the dancers because, you know that side of things. So I just hope that I brought a little bit of like, you know, here's some notes, but also some compassion and some like understanding of what you're going through and experiencing. That was really cool getting to step into that leadership role, you know, and to have all their trust out there was really meaningful. And then kind of the final thing I just want to say is with meaningful moments was the whole cast, the whole core of Corps de Ballet. They like gave me the sweetest gift. And it like, that's another like thing that just really meant a lot to me. They like got me a card that was like this long and they each of them wrote like a paragraph about just like, seriously, some of them were saying how this is a dream, you know, come true, that they never thought they'd get to perform and to perform at event, you know, such a professional, beautiful theater and to be a part of such a professional, beautiful show. And that was really touching. And, they gifted a new mom a massage. I mean, it was just so sweet.
So
yeah,
sweet.
Yeah.
Special year, really
very
special
special.
year.
very special. And I'm really excited that we're doing another one,
This year.
Ready.
Yeah, it's like keep the momentum going. It's built such community. And we all need that community, and we all need that connection, and the arts need that support and that love, and because that's how you change the world. I really believe that's how you change the world, and dance especially, I think, really shows us our humanity, and I think this performance always has something for everyone, whether you've never seen dance before. Ballet's intimidating. I get it to see, but I feel like it's a really approachable performance to come to, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with for this one. And
But we do want you to dance.
Absolutely.
She's ready.
I'm ready. I would love to dance.
If you haven't seen her stories, you got to see those
Thank you.
beautiful in class training. You look great.
Thanks so
So
much.
we're excited for you.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today,
Thank you
too.
so
This
much,
was so
Sam.
great having you here.
Yeah.
This was so good.
Such a great chat. So nice hanging out with you guys.
This is our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. In our next episode, we're going to be talking with another dancer that was in the festival, Chris Flores. And stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Bye. If you would like to support the SoCal Ballet Scene and help us create these magical moments in future ballet festivals, please consider donating at SoCalBalletScene.com.